Today we're here at the American Muscle Car Museum in Melbourne, Florida, and today is a very special day. Today we have a guest here, Malcolm Bricklin. We have a special surprise for Malcolm. Malcolm is now a little older in life, but 50 years ago he was known for his Bricklin automobile. And what we have here that we're going to unveil today is a 1974 Bricklin. It's a one-of-one vehicle. It was the only safety red Bricklin built with a 4-speed transmission in 1974.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. You guys put in more hours to make it look this gorgeous than it took to build the car. Thank you so much. Wow. It's too bad I can't bring you back 50 years so you could be in charge of putting our cars together.
So all the suspension come out of the car. So the car got up on the lift. We took the wheels off and went through everything. All the brakes, all the suspension, all new gaskets and rubbers and bushings and everything. All the upper and lower control arms were taken apart and rebuilt. The springs, everything was repowder coated, put back together to the original shape. So on this car is the 364 speed, which is very important. Why is that?
All right, well, first we had made a deal with American Motors, and they were buying their engines from Jeep. And so we made a deal with them to buy the engines. We engineered the car for that. We put it in. We met our 50,000 mile test, which we had to do. Everything was ready to go. And I get informed they're not going to sell us the car. Now we had a contract.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what am I going to do? Tells me. I have been trying to sell American Motors all my life. I can now sell every single one I build. If I give you engines, I can't build a car. What do you think I'm going to choose? I said, well, I spent $3 million on the engineering. Now that's not a lot of money to you, but that's a lot of money to me. And I passed all the tests and I did everything I was supposed to, and I engineered the car. Our team engineered the car, and now I have no engine, and I'm about to have a factory ready to go turn these off, and I have 46,000 back orders. I said, let me tell you, if I walk out of here and I don't have a deal to have engines, you're pushing me out the window. I'll be grabbing your tie because I'm landing on your stomach when we go down. And I'm going to Washington, and I'm going to tell everybody how the big three is trying to put us out of business. And you will wish you sold me and honored your contract.
Wow.
And then he called me a few names and said, okay, I'm going to give you 700 engines. Get the hell out of my office. Don't call me again. Don't talk to me again. And then I apologized. I'm so sorry if I was a little bit crude. I didn't want to be, but you were pushing me out that window. And when we changed to Ford, we got no 4 speeds. So this is a really rare car of the 3000 that we ended up building.
So the door here, the hydraulics were still in the car when we acquired it, but they were old and not functioning very well. They actually were leaking. So Harold over at the Big H in St. Louis come up with a system that's air powered. So it's got air cylinders in it now. So I replaced the hydraulics, and now it's got an air system with a tank and a compressor that has 125 PSI in it all the time. So you can be able to open the doors and unlatch the latch.
All right, let me tell you about that. Now we produced them with the hydraulic. We're selling cars with the hydraulic. I'm in my Philadelphia house, and when I was there, I would have this car in the car in the driveway with the doors up. I just love looking with the doors up. And it started to rain. So I go out to push the button. Well, 6 seconds in a pouring rain, when you realize there's actually 12 seconds if you had to open it and get in and then close it, is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So it
so
was
you
invented.
were on the verge of switching
It was
everything
on the
over.
verge to go into the production cars, and we were going to call all the other cars back and give them an opportunity to change it. We would do it for nothing.
So the story would have been completely different then with that.
The doors would have been perfect
instead
of a pain in the ass.
Right, these doors weighed like something like 86 pounds with the
like
window
that.
in it and everything.
And
But
then,
it's also got a aluminum structure bar in here for safety too.
Yep.
So
And the bar that you're sitting down under is there for it.
correct.
Now, everybody who didn't know what they were talking about would write articles. Oh, it's not safe. If you were upside down, the door is too heavy. Blah, 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 blah. How would you get out? If you look in there, there's a hand grenade pin.
Yep.
You pull that pin, you push the door out.
Exactly.
There's also another lever right behind your seat. You open the hatch, you crawl out the hatch.
Yeah.
So we really did build a safety car and really did think of everything you're supposed to. Okay?
So inside is still original stock interior. We just cleaned everything back up. The original dash, all that stuff, the carpet. So it's
well,
all
people
here.
ridicule our interior today because it's a little old-fashioned. Yeah. But there was a reason for it. This right here, when you sit there, you don't slide on your seat.
Correct.
There's no ashtray there. Even though I used to be a smoker and I stopped, I didn't think it was safe to be smoking and driving a car at the same time.
Right.
So I just didn't give you an ashtray, and I didn't give you a cigarette lighter. But I found a lot of people, when they came in for service, they would find pot bags underneath the car. So they figured out their own whatever they wanted to have. So we go to Detroit, we meet 3 guys, and one guy that I meet, his name is Herb Grass. Mm-hmm. Herb is considerably overweight with a bushy beard, but a twinkle in his eye. I go to his studio, nice facilities to do everything. He's talking, I see a clay model, I see everything there. And I'm trying to figure out, who do I pick? How do I pick them? So he tells me, oh, by the way, Mr. Bricklin, I understand that you don't sleep very much. I said, yeah, I get my 3.5 hours. He said, so you're up early in the morning? I said, yeah, usually I'm up 1, 2, 2:30 in the morning, depending on how early I go to sleep. He said, well, I want you to know I'm in the office almost all the time, doing stuff. So if you ever want to get up early and come visit me, be my guest. So a couple of days later, I decided that's exactly what I'm going to do. And at 1:30, I'm knocking at his door, and he opens it up, and we walk in, and there is his secretary, a buxom young lady, totally naked, and he's painting her. Not painting a picture of her, painting her. He is painting her different colors.
Oh, wow.
And I go, now there's a man after my own heart. He's really out there. I'm hiring him.
Yeah, because
and
he could think outside the box.
a magnificent job.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, he's the reason the car that sort of looked more like DeLorean's car.
Yeah.
Because DeLorean used that
Right.
as his. He asked me to use that particularly so he could raise money. Because he was going to be my president.
I see.
Because he was going to run the engineering and he was going to run the factory because he knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we decided, I said one day to him, you know what, and he agreed. I took him to the bank, he wanted $1.6 million because that's how much he'd lose if he left General Motors.
Mm-hmm.
Not got fired, if he voluntarily left. And I got the bank to agree to give me the money to give to him with him and his lawyer there, and he was all excited. He called me up that night, and we were talking about it. I said, you know, John, I've been thinking about it. Because he said, now I think I want it after taxes. And I said to him, that's not the problem. I think the problem is we're 2 narcissists. I don't think we're going to get together because I'm not changing the name on the back of the car. Yeah. And I think that's going to be a problem down the road. Sure. So why don't we not lose our friendship and let it be, and let's see where that goes. He said, I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Every day that you drive this car, because of those doors, people will stop and talk to you.
That's right.
Now, in normal people's lives, no, not normal, in almost everybody but celebrities' lives, people don't talk to you. You do have no communication with strangers. In fact, most people don't even have communications with people they love, but they don't have extra communication with this car. Every day of your life that you drive it, people will come up admiringly and make you feel smart and proud and lucky. And when you park the car and don't drive it that day or sell it, it stops and you are going through withdrawal like you have a drug. And that's true.
That's true.
I miss it. It's nice for people to come up and tell you they love what you got.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Yep.
Talking to other human beings is really special.
Yeah.
But nobody gets it. That is what this car gets them. And that's why they never want to sell their car. Yeah. That's why they love their car.